Imagine a world without disease and sickness.
There are over 200 different types of cells in our body, each with the function of keeping us alive. Every single one of them arose from the zygote, a single cell that forms when an egg is fertilized by sperm. A few days later, the single cell zygote divides over and over until it forms a blastocyst, which is a ball of 150 to 200 cells that give rise to every single cell that will eventually make our body. A 5-day-old blastocyst will develop embryonic stem cells, which are the foundations of life. This process is called cell division, where a single cell replicates itself and then divides into two cells, each with a complete copy of the original cell's DNA. This process repeats over and over. There are many different types of stem cells, like embryonic stem cells, induced pluripotent stem cells, neural stem cells, retinal stem cells, hematopoietic stem cells, and others. Stem cells are defined by two properties. The first property is that the stem cell is able to self-renew, or make copies of itself. The second property is that the stem cell is able to differentiate into more specialized cells. Apart from these two properties, stem cells differ a great deal in their behaviors and competency. Stem cells are amazing. They hold the power to grow new cells as well as replace damaged cells. Two interesting types of stem cells are embryonic stem cells and induced pluripotent stem cells. An embryonic stem cell is pluripotent in nature, which means it is capable of giving rise to different types of cells. They start out in the embryo and are capable of generating any type of cell in the body. An induced pluripotent stem cell is an adult stem cell that has been reprogrammed to revert to the embryonic-like state stem cell. These stem cells could then be directed to regrow new cells or tissue or treat diseased cells. As they would come from the patient themselves, these cells would be a perfect match with no risk of rejection. So far, only a few stem cell treatments have proven safe and effective, like bone marrow transplants, where they take the healthy bone marrow from one patient and place it into another patient with blood diseases, or patients that have undergone intensive cancer therapy and in the process have destroyed their own healthy blood cells as well as cancer cells. These procedures have been taking place for more than 40 years and have known to be successful. For the past 20 years, scientists have been researching new ways to use stem cells to treat and rebuild damaged tissue in many parts of the body, such as the eye, pancreas, and the brain. Their research could one day lead to treating blindness, MS, stroke, and spinal cord injury, to name a few. Stem cells have yet to be used to treat major diseases like Parkinson's, spinal cord injury, and certain cancers, so their full potential has not been overly accepted. Unfortunately, in order to use embryonic stem cells that can differentiate, they have to be removed from a developing embryo. This results in the demise of an embryo. Until we learn how to remove stem cells from an embryo without harming the embryo itself, the moral conflict surrounding this treatment will persist. However, stem cells do show a revolution in healthcare. Until we figure it out, the sky is the limit.